All right, we are live. Dave Warner here, Sunrisers, Hyderabad. How is everyone today? Welcome. I'm going to call Jonny. So let's get Jonny up here. Hopefully Jonny answers. Hope everyone is well. A lot of people viewing at the moment. I'm just having some technical problems. I'll get Jonny up in 1 second. Just waiting for Jonny to come on board. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is safe. Enjoying isolation as best as you can. Jonny,
Baby.
how are you, champion?
Good, mate. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for joining what I've been put up to do, Warner's Corner, or we can call it JB and Warner's Corner.
Warner's Corner. I'm a bit worried.
You should be, because I'm worried, because I have zero clue about how to be a journalist or a presenter or an interviewer. So my guess is as good as yours, champion. How's things, mate? All good?
Yeah, all good, pal. Yeah, all good. Nice to be home. Nice to spend some time with the family. I'm sure you're the same, seeing the girls growing up very quickly.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It looks like we've both been to the same barber as well. Looks quite nice.
Yeah, we've got.
It is brilliant. Well, mate, thanks for joining. I think a lot of our obviously Sunrisers Hyderabad fans would be watching us currently, but given today's environment, we're doing our bit to stay safe, and obviously we're all locked down. I know your country is, my country is, and obviously in India and pretty much the rest of the world. So it's obviously unprecedented times, but I think we can just do our bit by giving back some information and some share our thoughts on obviously the game and what we've been up to, and just an insight to what it's like to be us as well in isolation.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, we can see the effect that it's had not only in England, not only in Australia, India, but the rest of the world. And I think it's the correct decision at this moment in time for everyone to try and contain the virus, isn't it? We're not just talking about a few people that are potentially very poorly. We're talking about thousands, and trying to keep that down to a minimum is the most important thing. Trying to save people's lives is the most important thing. And like you say, we're at home training for hopefully that call when it does come, that we can get back out to India. We can play in the IPL when that does come around, and we can be back out supporting and playing in front of the fans that were so amazing last year.
Yeah, definitely. Well said, mate. Well said. And obviously, the county season obviously has been put on hold as well, and potentially, we don't know the news yet, but obviously the World Cup as well, which everyone's anticipating. But on a lighter note, let's get on to some stuff that we actually do know a little bit about. First of all, mate, a couple of questions. I'll just ask you. Obviously, a lot of questions have been sent through, but things at home. How have they been, and how are you sort of staying fit in this environment? And I think the other day we saw you mowing your, I don't know, you have like 60 acres or something out the back there.
Yeah, mowing the lawn, doing a bit of gardening, trying to stay busy with that. Training wise, I've been doing a lot of hit stuff. We're allowed to get out of the house for an hour, so I'm slightly in the countryside, so being able to run through the fields, following the public footpaths, and staying fit that way, to be really honest with you. The wind's been pretty chilly though, so it's a bit different to sweating in the heat in Hyderabad.
Yeah, I can imagine, and you know that's obviously moves me on to my next question. Obviously, normal circumstances will be over there playing at the moment, but what's one thing that you miss about Sunrisers Hyderabad as a team, and obviously the IPL, mate?
The Hyderabad, the Hyderabadi biryani, mate, missing it.
Too spicy for me.
The to be honest with you, I'm missing the buzz when you walk out onto the field. When you walk out onto the field and the fans are there going berserk. I'm really missing that. I'm missing the IPL for similarly the same reasons, but also being able to test yourself against the best players in the world, the fantastic Indian players and the local players that they have over there, as well as some of the best overseas that come and play in the comp.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think the best thing about obviously being over there is the fans, and just the you know the happiness it brings to people, and the smiles on their faces when we're over there. And they're things that you miss is the crowd jumping up and down, supporting us, and we just like representing obviously Sunrisers. And you said it very very well there, mates. But look, there's a million questions here to get through. There's a question here. Who is a cricketer that inspired you to take up the sport, or who is someone that you looked up to or wanted to be? Was it an England cricket player? Was it a school friend? What made you take up the sport and to be who you are today?
So my dad played. Dad played cricket for Yorkshire and for England. So he was an inspiration. But then when I was about I'll have been about 14, I think, somewhere around that, when Partheesh Patel came over to England on the India tour when he was 16 years old. We went to a barbecue. Well, it wasn't a barbecue. Geoffrey Boycott put on a dinner at his house, and all of the Indian team came, and Sachin was there. So Sachin was there, Surav was there. There was a lot of people that the greats of the game were there, and to get to meet Sachin at such a young age, I'd say that he was a big inspiration for that.
And how did sort of wicket keeping coming into the picture? Did you do that as a kid growing up? And what have you learnt more now that you'd do when you were younger? That would be different.
Well, it kind of came by chance, to be honest. Someone got injured when we were about 13, and I just kind of took it up there. And then it kind of developed through the second team at Yorkshire. I hadn't done too much of it before playing in the first team as a keeper at Yorkshire, and then it was kind of like learning to go about it, which was a real good thing, because I think the freshness of the freshness and willingness to learn was there, and the hunger and desire to get better was definitely there. There was no necessarily real bad habits that were ingrained when I was younger, so it was that was when I kind of more took it up.
Perfect. I just saw a comment there. Do you two like sledging on the field? That's quite funny. It's not sledging, it's just banter. Look, is there anything or any habit that you did to upset your parents when you were younger?
Cool. Probably came in with a load of muddy kit. That was probably the biggest thing, wanting to go out and play in the garden and coming back in all muddy from head to toe, and them having to throw me in the shower.
There's nothing worse than clean whites being all muddy and then having to wash them. Not ourselves, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how parents get stains out of whites and get them back clean, I do not know when you're young.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. There's a lot of questions here around, do you remember your international debut dates? I wouldn't even have a clue. I think mine was 2010, 11.
Yeah, mine was.
I've got your answers.
So mine was in September 2011. It'll be something around the 19th or something like that.
Yeah, your ODI debut was at Sophia Gardens on the 16th.
Yeah, September 2000. And
then you must have played.
Lords was 2012. Lords 2012 against the West Indies was my Test debut.
And from there, how tough from 2011 has the journey been so far? I'll say all cricket, not just Test cricket. I think all cricket's one to talk about.
Yeah, I think that cricket in general tests you. I mean, you know as well as anyone, it tests you through family, it tests you through mental resilience, it tests you through your technique, it tests you through everything, which is exactly why we play the game, because you learn so much about yourself. So being dropped, being in form, being out of form, putting yourself in and out of comfort zones, whether that be on the pitch, whether that be training like we are doing at the moment, in isolation, and learning about yourself is the big thing. So yeah, it's been full of ups and downs. But if it wasn't full of ups and downs, and it was an easy journey, then you'd probably get bored of it, wouldn't you?
100%. And there's a a question here as well where they say, why is it so hard to play cricket in India against spin for us?
Because
It's a very tough question to answer.
yeah, it's similarly. You revert it back to say when India come to England on a green seamer. It's something that when players are used to playing on certain surfaces, then they'll find it easier playing on those surfaces because that's what they've been brought up on. But yeah, it's great fun to test yourself over in India, and the pitches, especially in the IPL, are fantastic.
Oh, 100%. I think the wickets that they produce for obviously IPL games are a little bit flatter than what they I won't say what they produce for Test cricket, but Test cricket obviously goes for 5 days, and once it starts getting a bit rough, if Ashwin's coming around the wicket, I'm a bit susceptible. I know that all the time, but I just you try your best, don't you? You try your best.
I think many people are susceptible if it's day 3, day 4.
Oh yes, exactly. Another question: what's one thing no one knows about you that's very difficult? Very difficult.
One thing no one knows about me. I've just got a puppy. There you go.
Perfect. What kind of dog?
Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
puppy.
Yeah, he's only 8 weeks. Yeah, so mum's dog, but yeah, he's staying at the house at the moment. So I think he's asleep.
Oh, that's the old chestnut I did. I bought one for myself, left it at mum and dad's, and never went back and picked it up.
So mum's got him. It's mum's dog, but yeah, he's he's going to be a big lad. What about you, Davey? Tell me something, and everyone that we don't know about you.
Oh wow. Well, everyone now knows I joined TikTok. I tried to get away with that.
Oh wow! Right.
What about? I'm looking for a Bollywood career after cricket, which ain't gonna work.
What role are you going to play in that then?
Not a backup dancer, that's for sure. Oh wow, something that people wouldn't know. Jesus, there's a lot of things everyone do know. I don't know. Jesus, wow. Well, this is probably a given. My wife's a better runner than me, long distance only.
You're happy with saying that?
I've got to give some credit somewhere, don't I?
Yeah.
All right, they want to know, where did you score your maiden Test 100, and how many did you get?
Newlands in Cape Town, 2016, 3rd January, and I was 150 not out.
Yes, very, very well done. Great memory, actually. You got better memory than I do. I have zero idea about that stuff. Now, how many runs did you score last IPL?
525.
Do I have that answer? I do. 445 at a strike rate of 150.
My bad. It was you that scored 520.
Yeah, 562, I think.
Sorry. Hey, remember.
Yeah, exactly. What's your in the IPL your favorite venue to play at and your favorite opponent to play against? And I think opponent playing against would be a broad term of, I think, international cricket, not just related to IPL?
My favourite venue in India has got to be.
Don't be biased.
I really like playing at Bangalore. I think that with how the stadium's built, it's like on top of you, and I really quite like that. And also the pitch is really good there.
It's a belter.
Yeah. So really enjoy playing there. Who do I like playing with or against? I'm going to say Kane. Kane's having played against Kane and with him at Yorkshire, I think that he is firstly a ridiculous bloke, secondly a fantastic player, and thirdly the way he goes about his cricket and his thoughts on general life and things like that, I think are something that we can all learn from.
Well, while we're on the topic of Kane, how was the feeling when you guys won the World Cup and like for yourself and, you know, Kane's captaincy and how he handled the situation? Obviously, you got to commend him on that. But how did you feel overall about winning the World Cup? And is there any stories that you want to share from that? Who did you first call afterwards that wasn't there? I saw you obviously had a lot of friends and your mum and your sister there. What was going through your mind? Obviously, it was weird watching it on TV from where we were, but to be out there in your shoes, it must have been an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous feeling. Like it was 3-4 years of hard work, toil that kind of all came down to such small margins within the space of the game, and there was obviously elation and happiness and everything that comes with winning the World Cup. But then obviously the New Zealand lads are such good blokes and good fellas. It was, yeah, when you were like chatting with them and stuff like that, you didn't want to kind of be over the top with them because of you know how tough losing is, not that and especially in a World Cup final, it must be absolutely devastating. But yeah, as you say, the way in which like Kane spoke in the press conference and in the post-match interview and everything was, yeah, remarkable.
It was first class, and it was absolutely like bizarre because obviously no one understood what was going on and whatnot. But you know, you guys obviously thoroughly deserved it, and I know myself, we thought that you guys were going to be the hardest team to beat, especially on home soil, given your record the previous 18 to 24 months behind that, and obviously congratulations to you guys again. But while we're on a winning matter for you guys, I had a question about, can we discuss a bit about that Ashes game at Leeds? And I would like to ask, you got Stokesy in playing the way he did. He obviously got through the night before. I was a little bit nervous, I think, when you and Joey were batting. But at 9 down, you needed 75 runs to get, and obviously Leachy's walked out to bat. Were you guys thinking that you could still win it?
Oh, look, 9 down needing 70 to win. Like, it's in your heart of hearts, probably not. You think like with the bowling attack that you guys have, and how well that the guys have been bowling. Look, it was always going to be tricky, and it needed something seriously special. And that's what it came down to. There was obviously a bit of luck, and a couple of bits that went away. But that's the game of cricket, isn't it? There's opportunities all the way through. I mean, when you play and miss, it comes down to literally a couple of millimetres that you can nick the ball. DRS now, the chances that you don't take. Some are clipping the stumps, umpires' decisions that are umpires' call, etc. So there's so many things that can go one way or another. And yeah, that day is something that will live long in, I think, cricketing history, and it'll go down as one of the best games in Test cricket's history.
Without doubt, and I absolutely concur there. It was just a surreal moment when you're out there in the field, and when a bloke's on, he's on. Like, he was hitting I was standing at first slip on one occasion when Nathan bowled the ball and he hit a six down the ground, and I thought it was out.
Celebrations. Hey, what your catch is all about? Let's talk about. You were facing that way, turned around to the pavilion and gave it the big one.
Well, the issue behind that, there's an underlying issue where I dropped a few catches, I think, at Lords, and I think I needed a bit of a talking to, and I needed to do some slips catching, and I think I was a little bit under pressure. I think I was going to get shifted away from first slip at that stage, and I think when I caught my first one, I was like so happy, and then I think I caught 7 in the game, and I was just so happy that I actually caught them by, I think a lot of them were by fluke, to be honest. They just stuck. But look, I think there's been a few questions that are handed to me here about me and you playing with each other at the IPL, and this sounds a bit corny, but the best thing about batting, I'll say with us, what do you think the best thing about batting is with you and me together? I've written down, I love running between wickets, and I think our energy between wickets is outstanding. I know how fast you are between wickets, and I think our ability and game awareness outside the six, running between wickets, is obviously one of my favourite things to do, and I think that's a strong point for us.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there's an understanding, there's an understanding of, right, if someone says right 2, then it's kind of like given that we can both gauge that there is a 2. So you're almost not really looking before you've turned. It's almost like touch, go, and then look, because does that make sense? It just...
Yeah.
And that kind of started really early on, I think. There was a couple of games where we were getting 2s where we didn't really have the right to get 2s, but it was something that when you put pressure on people early doors in that kind of pressure environment, you soon find out what you can and can't do. And it also relieves pressure, whether that be from one end, rotate the strike to get each other on strike, even if it's just a single.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's where, when we played against RCB, we actually put them under a bit of pump in that, and then it allows them, not to settle, and the bowler has to think differently, and then you get those sort of the half volleys or the misexecuted deliveries, which you can put away.
I also think that you potentially hitting the balls in different areas to me is another one. So some of the shots that you'll sit back on and play more off your back foot to go, say, when it's a slow ball and you're whacking them back over cover or whatever. I think that's definitely a different way of playing rather than myself. I think that comes in with statures as well. You look at Hayden and Langer when they had their partnership at the top of the order, like the size difference and the scoring areas of which they potentially played in. There's so many different variations that I think work and combinations. But like you say, the main thing is the running between the wickets, in my opinion.
Yep, definitely. I agree with that, mate. And Trevor Bayliss, obviously he's our new coach with obviously Brad Haddon alongside him. What can you say his best attribute is, and what will he bring to the Sunrisers? And obviously I've been under him as well, but I'd like to hear your thoughts of recent times.
He's got a reputation of winning wherever he goes. That's
simple.
That you can have wherever he goes, he wins.
Yeah, and I
can't want any more from the bloke. His record speaks for itself.
Yep, I don't disagree with that. And another question here was, discuss about our current Sunrisers Hyderabad squad. Well, we've got a very, very good squad. I think one of our best things is we've got great depth in our bowling. We've got good up front swing bowling, and I think our death bowling is probably the best in the competition. I think that's probably one aspect of where we're very, very good. Obviously, with our batting, we're quite top heavy as well. I think people like to talk about improvements, probably our middle order. I think that's where we need to sort of, well, I won't say middle order, I mean middle of the game. We've got to take it on a little bit more. People are talking about how we don't take the game on enough. Well, everyone can critique us, but we're obviously trying our best when we're out there. Have we got any secrets in the dressing room that we can share? Like, I was trying to think of something. I can't. I know that Khalil Ahmed's a pest.
I love the selfie, does Khalil. And VJ's dance moves. Sandeep's got the best dance moves, mate. Pwah.
I'll tell you one thing: if we had mirrors all around our change room, I don't think many of our blokes would make the field.
Well, yeah. Who do you reckon's got the worst defense?
What last year I was deliberately trying to wear the worst kit possible, and it actually turned out to actually suit me. Oh, that's my opinion, though, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Have you got any pranks that you've done on family or friends or anything like that?
Yeah, so it's more the other way around. My sister actually got me. I was asleep and she went and got 2 pans and ended up bashing them together and waking me up with 2 pans, which yeah, shopping.
That'll give you an almighty shock.
VJ's just said something about Basil. What's he said about Basil there?
Oh yeah, poor old VJ. I know you're tuning in there, VJ. That's VJ Schenker, everyone. He was I don't know if he was doing a live conference like we are at the moment, but he was doing something the other day, and I was laying in bed, so I kept on butting in and writing comments. But Basil, I reckon he's got very good dance moves.
Oh,
We unleashed the dragon last year.
I tell you what, he bowls quick.
He does. All right, let's get onto these rapid fire questions, and then we can. Well, what is it? What's the time there? 12 o'clock at midday.
Yeah, midday. Yeah.
Geez, I'll be going to bed soon. All right,
with a glass of red before.
Yeah, maybe. All right. One quality about Kane you like most? Obviously, you elaborated before a little bit.
His professionalism.
Do you know the Hyderabad song we sing after the game?
Yeah,
You can sing one line.
No.
Oh, we're from Hyderabad.
I'm not.
Okay. See, I don't. What's Boovy's jersey number, my jersey number, and Kane's jersey number?
Oh, gosh. 30.
I don't know. Yep.
Boovy. Kane 8. Is he 8?
I wonder if some of the fans can help us out here. What's Kane and Boovy's numbers?
Ooh.
Don't think anyone's taking any notice there. Thumbs up. Yep, that's good.
Oh, I don't know. What is Boovy's?
I'm not sure. I actually don't have the answer to that one. I just assumed that you would know.
18. Someone said 18. J. Charles
18.
Reed. Is that Kane 18? Or Boovy?
Kane must be 18.
Khalil. Johnny, I like your hair. Wait. Go, Khalil. You have some glasses on, Khalil.
What?
You have a mirror.
What makes Rashid the most lethal T20 bowler in the world? I'll say spin bowler.
He hits the stumps, turns it both ways, and brings a lot of forms of dismissal, not to mention bowling it very fast.
Any funny nicknames in the team? Kane's 22, by the way.
Goswami, the doctor.
Goswami, the doctor, yes. Booby's 15 and Kane's 22. There we go. Thank you very much. I am Ragav2903. Wow, your first ever stumping. Do you remember that? And who was it? I'll say in international cricket.
No, I don't. I don't remember.
That's a good one.
I don't actually. Genuinely, I can't remember my first stumping. There's been a couple that I was very pleased with, but not. I can't remember my first one my first ever stumping. No. Can you remember your first catch?
My first catch. It had to have been against New Zealand. I reckon it might have been Ross Taylor.
Right.
I think. This is going to be a tough one. Create your five-a-side Sunrisers Hyderabad team.
Football.
Batter. Don't think football. I reckon. Well, we can talk football and we can talk cricket.
Batter.
Football, your number one pick.
Yes, batter. Batter, keeper, spinner, seamer, all rounder.
So you pick yourself.
So I'll go me, you. I'll go Rash. I'd go Boovy and VJ.
I'm guessing that doesn't mean there's a quota in international players either.
There was
All
two.
right, name.
We had 3 out of 5.
That doesn't matter. That's a good team. All right, you're gonna have to name 3 left-hand players in our team. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Abhishek, me. Who else is left-handed? Khalil Ahmed. David, when you hitting next century? Brother, as you know, we are in lockdown at the moment.
Leo, when's your next dancing video coming out?
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, his little selfie. Wow. All right, this is probably not a good one. Which Sunrise Hyderabad?
Miss Gozzi out for the left-hander, like Ollie's.
Yes, Gozzi. Yes. Which Sunrise Hyderabad bowler do you like batting against?
You.
Oh my God. Who's your favourite international batsman currently? Can't be from England.
My favourite international batsman. I'm going to go Quinton de Kock. Just because I really enjoy the way he just goes about it. I think he just plays so natural and freely.
Yep. I don't disagree with that either. After seeing some of the shots he was playing recently when we played him.
Yeah.
One thing our team has that other IPLs don't. I don't want to be controversial on here. Bangalore don't have a trophy.
Fair enough. I was way less controversial, but you go with that, Dave.
I'll go with that. I hope Virat's watching. One advice that you'll give to a 14-year-old.
Enjoy your cricket, relish your cricket, and give it your best shot.
Perfect. You've said it very well there. All right, let's just do these quick fan questions. This is from It's Me, Akil Prince. Have you tried Hyderabad biryani?
Yes.
I have, too spicy.
Very nice.
Johnny loves it. This is from Deepak Reddy 77. Why did you choose cricket?
Because I get to have a suntan as well, being ginger.
This is from Pavan Viswanadham. Sorry for the pronunciation. Is there any nicknames amongst you and me? I'm Bull. Johnny.
Yeah. KB. Bluey.
Why do I call you Yorkie Johnny?
Because I'm from Yorkshire and I'm Johnny.
That's a question here. Why do they call you Yorkie Johnny? Another question from Harish Babu. The toughest match you've played in the IPL, in which year and which team, and share your experience on the match. Obviously, Johnny only played last year.
Go on, you go.
I think one of the toughest matches, I can't say toughest matches I played, but I think every time we come up against Mumbai, they always match up very well against us, especially with, they had Lassith and Bumrah Obviously, two guys up front with the new ball are very, very difficult. And at the back end, they're very difficult to get after. So it's almost like you're playing a 16-over match because you've got to try and not get out to them, so minimise the damage with wickets and try and rotate strike to pick up runs on the backside of that.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. Different actions make it very tricky.
Yeah, they do. There's no real cues, is there? Ayesha, tell some secrets about Kane and Boovie. Well, that's why they're secrets.
Have any?
I don't have any either. Mahesh Reddy, what would you be talking the most about when you're both playing at either end or when you come together? Is there any funny things that you talk about?
It's more plans, I think, to the bowlers. So how the pitch is playing, the plans to which certain bowlers. We might have a laugh if we've run like 3-2s in the over because we'll both be panting and out of breath. So we'll probably have a bit of a laugh about that.
And who is one of the funniest guys in our team, and why? I don't want to say Khalil because I know he's listening. And I don't think he's funny. It's just silly.
I'm going Murali.
Murali.
Yeah.
Oh, Murali. He makes me laugh too.
Extra protective over his bowling balls.
He definitely wouldn't be watching. He doesn't even have internet, does he? All right. Question for myself. Favorite opening partner? This is obviously directed towards you too. Aaron Finch or Jonny Bairstow. For you is obviously Jason Roy or myself. I'll say two different dynamics.
Yeah.
There's never always one correct answer. Where Finch is obviously all power, and obviously in different stages. So we obviously, with myself and you, we obviously have a big emphasis on our first six, as obviously me and Finchy would, but predominantly Finchy would probably go after it a little bit more than what I probably would. I'm a bit conservative these days. I don't know why.
Also, I think different formats. So Jason and I don't open necessarily the T20s, so I think that's obviously a difference with that too. So look, I think that people have different qualities and bring out the best in people, given the circumstances that you're in.
A couple more questions. Your duo was one of the best innings that ever happened in the IPL. What was your first conversation that we had both when we first met at the start of the season in regards to how we're going to play the way that we played?
We didn't really have, like, I wouldn't say a single conversation. It was just let's go and have fun. Let's find out how you blend. That's the biggest way of going about it. I think you naturally pick up cues with people that you're playing with. You naturally see how you work best with that other batsman at the other end. So that comes from experience and playing together, playing out in the middle.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. A lot of cricket we've played, and it takes probably one innings together to understand how you obviously get off strike and how you play. All right. Do I plan on writing a book on your cricketing adventures? I would love to read your stories. I think that was directed towards me. I probably wouldn't know how to write a book. I've written some children's books. That's probably why they were children's books.
You can write?
How was both of your... No, well, actually, there's apps now that can actually turn you into a guru. TikTok. If you're given the power each, which one trait of a cricketer would you steal from each other? That is from Parallel Moon, which is Shashi Rao. One power. Wow.
I'm not going to be a height.
Oh, what? Actually, you know what? I'll take Boomer's Yorkers. I wish I could bowl some Yorkers.
Yeah. I'm going. I'm going like Pat Cummins. I'm just going. I'd try and steal his bowling powers.
Yeah, or his engine, serious
Yeah,
engine, that fella.
yeah, exactly.
All right, last two questions. These are from the Facebook page. I can't pronounce your name. I apologise. Jay Palath, which is the shortened version. For Johnny, who is the best Indian player according to you in the Sunrisers Hyderabad team? They're all watching. Shanks is watching. Khalil's watching. Basil's probably watching.
I am going to go for. I was really impressed. Yeah, VJ.
He's a good man. And for me, was what has been the toughest decision I've made as a captain. I think I've spoken about this before. Is winning the toss against Bangalore in that final and deciding to bat first and bowl, defend. Sorry, with the ball. So that was probably one of the hardest decisions I've made. Was almost regretting it when they were 1 for 140 off 10. But obviously we did very well, and the guys there did a great job to get us across the line. For Johnny, do you enjoy wicket-keeping or batting, or both?
Enjoy both because you're in the game all the time. You're able to have an effect on the game, good or bad. But I think being involved in the game and having the opportunity to affect the outcome is why we play the game.
Very good answer. And last but not least, this person has challenged you and myself to try and cook a Hyderabadi biryani at home. Now, how can you cook Hyderabadi biryani when I'm in Sydney and Johnny's in, what are you, near Al Woodley? You're out in the bush.
I'm in Leeds. Yeah.
So that can't be Hyderabadi biryani, can it?
No. So I've started doing this cookery thing. So we're actually next week we're going to think of trying to do something for for like the Indian fans and stuff. So it needs to be done in 10 minutes though. So any ideas, then do let us know and we'll try and cook something up.
There we go, guys. So log on to Johnny's Instagram and send through some tips. Has to be cooked in under 15 minutes or 10 minutes. So be realistic. That's probably not going to be realistic if we're cooking that. But Johnny, mate, thanks for joining in. We've got another 3 guests coming up the next 3 days. So if you look forward to tuning in, mate, tune in. But thank you, all the fans. Really enjoy what you bring to our team, and I love batting with you.
Cheers, mate, and thanks to everyone. And hopefully, at some point, we'll see everyone very, very soon.
Enjoy, pal. See you, mate. Well, there we have it, guys. That is the first episode of Warner's Corner. Hope you enjoyed the insights to me and Johnny. I just had someone say, is Kane going to be one of them? Yes, Kane will probably be one of them, and maybe another Indian cricket player as well. Send through your requests. If there's someone that you do want me to talk to or to interview, or if you don't like me interviewing, you can always request someone else to do the interviewing. But feel free to tune in. I think we're going maybe live tomorrow as well. I'm unsure, but thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a good day. Keep safe.